Hello, welcome in. It's Shaped by Kate. We are continuing our 30-day yoga challenge, and today is going to be our moon flow. So just to kind of warm up the body, we're going to start in our tabletop. And start with your cat-cows. So inhale to open the spine, exhale to round it. Then just continue with your own breath and your own pace. Then to take a nice open stance with the hips, you're going to walk your knees to the outer edges of your mat, big toes together. Find wide child's pose. Really taking a humble stance for your yoga practice. Being very present with how you're feeling today and in this moment. Beautiful. Inhale, lift back up into tabletop and come into your downward facing dog. Then meet me in a standing pose at the top of your mat. So you can walk your feet forward, find a quick fold, come up to standing. Good. Find your nice stable stance. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky, find upward salute. In our upward salute, we're going to find palm tree arms. Clasp the hands together, flip the palms to the sky, squeeze the biceps to the ears, and use your hands to almost feel a little lift from the upper body. Good, then inhale to exhale, release. You're going to step the left toes back and pivot and face the left edge of your mat, finding your star pose, so wide stance. And then you're just going to inhale to prepare, exhale, turn the heels in, find goddess pose. Good, come back to that star pose, so lengthen the arms, pivot the toes to face the edge of your mat. And then you're going to turn the right toes to the front of your mat and find triangle. So if your stance is too wide, heel toe that back foot a little bit forward, reach your hips back, exhale, find your triangle pose. Good, then you're gonna square everything to your mat. So drop your left hand down, pick up your back heel, frame your right foot, and you're just gonna step the toes about 1 or 2 steps forward, find pyramid pose. So now the feet are parallel to each other. Exhale to fold. Bend that front leg if you need. Good, then inhale, flatten out your back, bend both knees. Step or slide the left toes back, find low crescent lunge. Reach your arms to the sky. You decide if those toes are curled under or if the top of your foot is on your mat. Good, then plant your hands down, pick up your back knee again. We're going to turn to the left again, so walk your hands to the left, but keep leaning on that right leg and find Skandasana pose. So sometimes from lunge to Skandasana isn't a perfect stance, so you can adjust your stance. Skandasana is definitely very technical because sometimes when we sit the hips down, we immediately lift up the heel and kind of just lean on one side. But what you want to do is align the hip, knee, and toes together. And then as you sit the hips down, you're going to lift the left toes and maybe even slide them to the left so you have more space to sit the hips down. And I like to use my hands to support myself. And then if you just feel like this is a lot of weight on my knee, you can lift the heel. But that comes last. Beautiful. Pivot back to the front And we're just going to step the toes into our half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, roll up to your upward salute. Let's head to the other side. So find your palm tree arms. Clasp the hands, flip the palms to the sky. Feel that intense reach. And release. Step the right toes back. And this time face the right side of your mat. Finding that star pose. Good. Turn the heels in. Exhale, find goddess pose. And then come back into that star pose. So lengthen the arms, turn the toes in. And then you're just going to turn the toes to the front of your mat, your left toes to the front. Your hips are being pulled to the back of your mat. Left arm reaches forward, and then left arm falls down. Find triangle pose. Keep your hips aligned with that left leg. They want to sway to the left. Good. Drop your right hand down. Frame your left foot. Pick up your back heel. Take 1 or 2 steps forward. Find pyramid pose. Fold over. Feel heavy on that left leg. Bend your knee if you need a little break from the hamstring. Good. Flatten out your back. Bend both knees. Slide the right toes back. Set the knee down. Uncurl the toes if that's comfortable. Inhale. Reach your arms to the sky. Low lunge. Exhale. Replant the hands. Re-pick up the knee. Turn to the right again. Find Skandasana pose. Sit the hips down. Open up the right toes to the sky. Use your hands for support. If you're one of those people that don't need hands for support, hands can come to heart center. Remember, heel lifts up last. So if you did that first, redo your Skandasana pose. Align your hips and your knee and toes together. Externally rotate your extended leg. So that's our right leg. Sit the hips down. And then let's come back up to standing. So lift the hips, pivot back to the front of your mat. Just step or slide the toes into your half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Reach your arms to the sky. Find your palm tree stance. This time we're going to switch up our moon flow. So starting on the first side again, release your palm tree hands. Step the left toes back and face the left edge of your mat. Find your star pose. Exhale to wide fold. Catch hold of your ankles. Inhale, roll up to standing. Find that star pose again. Turn the heels in 1 or 2 times. Exhale to goddess. Inhale to exhale here. Inhale to star. Adjust your feet to your triangle pose feet. So left toes turn to the edge, right toes turn to the front. Reach your hips back. Right arm reaches forward. You're going to keep that right arm lifted. Left arm reaches up and over. Good. Lots of activation in that left hip and your left side core. Good. Then inhale to exhale. Square everything forward. Pick up your back heel. Take 1 or 2 steps forward. And find your pyramid pose. So fold over that right leg. Let your hands drop down to the earth. Bend your knees if you need. Good. Inhale to flatten out your back. Bend both knees. Slide or step the left toes back. Inhale, find low crescent lunge. This time find a back bend, so drive the elbows down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale to release. Make your way to Skandasana. Pick up the back knee. Walk your stance over to the left. Good. Sit your hips down. Find your Skandasana stance. This time we're going to switch it immediately to the other side. So we're going to reverse our flow. Good. Walk your hands and your stance to your other side, Skandasana. Then lift the hips. Turn to the back of your mat. Set your right knee down on the earth. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Exhale, drive the elbows down. Inhale, open up the chest. Good. Inhale to exhale. Set the hands on the earth. Pick up your back knee and scoot the toes and feet closer together for that pyramid pose. Inhale, roll up to standing. Make your way to triangle. So hands can come to the hips. I'm going to step the right toes back 1 or 2 steps. And then just turn the right toes to face the edge of your mat. Left toes face the back of your mat. Heel is dissecting that back arch. Good. Reach the hips now to what was the front of your mat. Arms extend. And now that right arm is going to reach up and over your ear. So now adding activation to your right obliques. Good. Unwind. Turn your feet to your goddess pose feet. Toes out, heels in. Good. Find that star pose. Turn the toes in. Exhale, wide fold. Catch hold of the back of the ankles. Maybe gently tug the upper body towards your legs. Inhale, roll up to standing. Find that star pose again. And then we're going to pivot and step to the back of our mat. We'll reach our arms to the sky, clasp hands together, find your palm tree stance. And then release, come into standing. Beautiful. Widen out your stance. Tuck your chin. Come into a forward fold. And then let's come on to our back. So find tabletop or just sit your hips down. Roll down onto your spine. Either tuck your knees into your chest or lengthen them out in front of you, whichever comes naturally. Lots of poses on our feet, so just giving the soles of our feet a rest. Good, then set the soles of the feet down, lengthen your legs in front of you. Let the toes feel heavy, arms are by your side, palms open to the sky. Finding your corpse pose. Let's find 8 rounds of breath here. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Beautiful. Continue your breathing on your own. Beautiful. If you want to stay here in Shavasana, stay here. Or you can unwind from that pose, come into a favorite seated position. In your seated pose, go ahead and find a quick reflection over your moon flow. Maybe notice if you liked doing just the left and right sides towards the front of your mat, or if you kind of liked flowing both sides together. Remembering that you always have the option to decide where your flow is going, even if the teacher is cueing differently. Good. Remembering those thoughts and feelings and placing them into your heart. Take your bow forward as respect to your practice. Namaste.